Bobby, you're back.
Howdy, howdy.
The two-time.
Yes, sir.
You can claim that now, right?
I don't know if I want to.
Can you get sued?
It's been tainted.
Yeah, not only is it tainted, but he's always had that bravado, that chest out at all times.
Yeah.
Seems to be more the case than not nowadays.
Yeah, for sure.
Have you watched him recently? Or have you ever got into any of his content?
I watched him back before everything, and then after that, it just kind of was like, no, I'm out of it. I've seen a couple clips here and there, but kind of just seems like he's grasping at straws to stay relevant.
Yeah. I've always enjoyed the character. I thought it was really neat when he first came onto the scene. So at first, when I first got wind of him, I was put off. I was thinking this is a weird getup, but then it started growing on me. And it wasn't like I was tuning in every day or anything like that, but he was on the list. You know, I'm going through X number of streamers. He's on that short list, but all of that happens and he's disputing it. And then you're hearing stuff from over here and over there. And then it just becomes a point where, oh, there's a lot of smoke. Now there may not be fire everywhere, but there's a ton of smoke. And when I watch him, I just feel gross. Yeah, and I want to presume that he's innocent until proven guilty, right? But it's not good.
I can't wrap my head around the whole situation. Like, I guess I couldn't, not being able to picture myself in the same situation makes it hard to understand the situation. From outside looking in, it looks pretty bad. I don't know. I've not seen what that chat said between him and the alleged victim.
Yeah, and I haven't examined this with a fine-tooth comb either.
Yeah.
So I don't want anyone thinking that I've done my homework. I certainly have not. I'm just going off of what I've seen, what I've heard. There's just not a lot of good. But it's unfortunate because that was quite the get-up, is quite the character. I'm interested to see what his numbers are. Certainly they're not peak numbers. I imagine that there's some kind of fall-off.
Yeah, I would assume. I mean, like I said, I'm not tuning into streams or anything. Yeah. Obviously back before, I would a couple times here and there, but it's not somebody that I would like to associate with.
So you don't want the title. You don't want the vacant title. You're just going to leave it there on the floor.
Pretty soon it'll be the 3 times, so.
Oh, okay. All right. Just had to go there. Okay. You know, it's my job, and for the listeners, I mentioned it in the opener for the last episode that we had Bobby on, but we put together this annual LAN tournament, and the idea is there are 3 concurrent 1v1 tournaments. The slate of games vary year to year, and this coming January, we usually have it in January, the 4th week of January, there is going to be a new slate. And Bobby, our featured guest here this evening, he's the defending back-to-back champ. Now, it's my job as the organizer of the tournament to not make that a reality next time. So we're going to do everything we can. We're going to pull all the strings. We're going to have to figure out something here.
You got to think, though, the slate of games that we had, year 1, we had Madden, Fortnite.
It was college football. It was college football the first year.
That's right. It was college football,
Same thing.
Fortnite, and Call of Duty.
Black Ops 6.
So then, year 2, we have Rocket League, Splitgate, and Gears of War. To be the defending 2-time champ on 6 games that realistically are nothing alike.
No.
It's pretty impressive.
I think we can up the ante. We're going to have to bring on Power Wash Simulator or something.
Perfect.
No, we look forward to it. That's something that we've done recently, and it's a great opportunity to bring all the guys together, different ages and so forth, and we have a lot of fun. I get my tail kicked, but other than that, I'm still enjoying my time there.
It's all fun. It's all fun.
Yeah, and we got to. There's actual hardware for everyone listening, so there is real stakes on the line.
It's too bad we're not doing a video for this podcast. I could pull them out right now.
Soon,
here,
very soon. Yeah, so. we'll get there. I mean, there's steps to all this. We'll get to the video. That's in the future. All right. So we had champs this week. You were very excited about that.
I was.
Until you weren't, right?
Till I wasn't.
What happened?
Realistically, I can chalk it up to the crowd, but we still got another tournament coming up. EWC is right around the corner. I think OpTic has a very good chance at pulling that one off. I think that it'll I think that this loss definitely put a fire under their butts for EWC. So we'll see what happens. Once you go down 4-1 in map count, I mean, it's hard to come back. Mm-hmm. It's hard to come back.
Can we roll the clip back? You talked about the crowd. I've seen some noise about the crowd. What happened?
So it's something that happens in, I believe, titles from Modern Warfare 2019 all the way up. It's basically, whenever it's search and destroy, whoever has the bigger crowd base at whatever major tournament they're at.
Probably OpTic for the most part, right?
Yeah, between OpTic, FaZe. Yeah, OpTic, FaZe, and Thieves. It kind of varies between them. Obviously, we were just in Paris a couple months ago for Major 4, and the Gentlemates fan base was electric. It was some crazy count for seats in there. It was like 60-something thousand people there watching Call of Duty. But no, so basically, search and destroy, whenever somebody is planting or defusing, especially if it's in like a 1v1 situation or a 2v1, the crowd yells. I get it, they're trying to help their team, but at the same time, just keep that down. The pro scene calls it crowd cheese. It's ridiculous. I understand that, you're doing it to try and help the team that you want to root for, but the pros all know that. And that immediately ties into what happened last weekend. We had 1v1 situation, bomb was planted, Merc just had to chill. Check bomb. As soon as he picks up the bomb, starts to defuse, the crowd just goes nuts. So his first thought is, they said this on the OpTic podcast, that his first thought is, it's round 11, 1v1 situation, I have to check this bomb, I'm not getting ninja defused. It kind of put him in a spot where he had to check the bomb. Whether he was thinking that FaZe was going to play the crowd or not, he had to check that bomb. A tough way to lose, good way to win for FaZe. Used the green wall against OpTic. It's pretty poetic. They deserved it. They played good. They played very hard. They deserved it.
So what you're saying is you had OpTic, their crowd hurt them.
Yes.
Am I hearing you right?
100%.
Okay. Now, do these guys, I would imagine they can hear the crowd through the headphones. They got headphones. But you can hear the roar of the crowd. There's no way.
Yeah, they wear in-ear monitors and over-the-ear headphones. So it's kind of hard to hear, but you have 5,000 people, 10,000 people, 15,000 people screaming. You're going to hear.
Was Mercs trying to fake out the crowd? Did he talk about that on the podcast? I thought I read something where they knew what was going on with the crowd, and then they tried to fake out the green wall because they knew it was working against them. I could have read that wrong.
I don't think Mercules has said anything about it. I know that they knew that the crowd was going to tell them when they were defusing. I don't necessarily know if they expected FaZe to play the crowd like that. It's just a tough situation.
Yeah.
As an OpTic fan, being able to see them, three-peat champs would have been electric.
That would have been really cool.
Electric. Thinking of it from Mercules' standpoint, came in the league. He played in one major with a different team. I think might have been Toronto Ultra or something like that back in Black Ops 6. Played a major with one team and then got dropped, got picked up by OpTic, went to Champs, won Champs his first year, rookie year, and then go on to have this record year that they've had. But then to lose Champs for his second Champs, it was rough. Obviously OpTic won, 2 years ago with a different roster. It was Dashy, Shotzi, Kenny, and Pred. That was the 4 that won Champs 2 years ago on MW4. It broke my heart a little bit to watch it.
Yeah.
So,
and then you're still reeling.
Oh man, it's one of those ones that just eats you up inside. Not being able to watch it was devastating. But trying to stay off of social media and not see any spoilers or anything. I wasn't too far behind. I think I was only about 20 minutes, 30 minutes behind.
Yeah,
it was heartbreaking.
I don't understand why they do it so early in the day. It just seems like that needs to be an 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock prime time showing. I think it was 6 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken, and it was over by 7:30, if I remember correctly, because I was 5 or 10 minutes behind.
I think they started 4 or 5, I think. Maybe I might be wrong on that. Let's see here.
No, it was 3 o'clock their time, 6 o'clock our time.
Okay.
Because it was in Vegas.
Yeah.
It's early. For a lot of us dads, Sunday afternoons, we're tied up. I wanted to watch it.
The first few days of the tournament, matches start at 3. And then that last day, I think they started a little bit later.
Yes, but Call of Duty, CDL, let's push that back. Do Sunday evening. I will say this, in terms of scheduling, when they're doing it at what's that? Typically, it's the third week of July for them. This is typically the same kind of time frame that we're we're accustomed
champs,
to.
Yeah, for champs, yeah.
For champs, there's not a lot going on in terms of major sporting events. We just got out of the NBA Finals. That's early June. We just got away from the World Cup. I understand the World Cup is only once every 4 years. But this is, you know what, I take that back. World Cup final was on Sunday, wasn't it? Now we're getting into the weeds.
I think
what time was that game?
Yeah.
That game was at 3 o'clock.
It was early, yeah. It was like 3.
So that really didn't interfere, but
no,
there just wasn't a whole lot interfering. I'm curious what the numbers were, but I do want to go back, Bobby, because I remember somewhat of what the dynamics were, but it was FaZe who played and baited the crowd. I was thinking it was OpTic.
Yes.
I was thinking it was Mercules who knew what was going on, and he was trying to play his own crowd against them.
It was FaZe, yeah.
So it was FaZe, and then it forced Mercules' hand, as you had said. Okay, so now it makes sense. Okay, gotcha. I was thinking I had it backwards in my head. But wow. Do you think Call of Duty or CDL is going to do something about that moving forward? Because this is not the first time. I mean, this is the first time I've heard about it, but I guarantee you it hasn't happened before. I
don't necessarily think that they can.
What do you do, right?
I think it's a venue-based kind of thing. So like when OpTic held the first major for the Black Ops 7 season in Texas, and the first thing Hex did, which is like, he's the owner of OpTic, he went down with a mic into the crowd and said, hey, listen, when stuff's happening on stage, don't scream it out. Let these players play. They want to win their own way. They don't want to win basically, cheating. They're cheating off the crowd. They don't want that. They want to be able to win and feel that sense of pride that they won on their own.
Yeah, without help.
So, I think that helped a lot. Not every org is going to do that when they're hosting.
But the OpTic fan base brands themselves as the Green Wall. It's almost like the Columbus Blue Jackets. What do they call it? What's Columbus Blue Jackets? Something like the 10th line or something, right? I'm way off on that.
I can't remember exactly, but
it's the same kind of concept here. Oh, the 5th line. So the 5th line for the Blue Jackets. Same thing with OpTic and the Green Wall. The Green Wall is one of them, and they're trying to help OpTic, but it ultimately costed OpTic, and that's fascinating. And I don't know what you do. It's almost, in a way, it's like golf, right? It's that unwritten rule where you're not going to be sitting there behind whoever's on the green acting like a hooligan.
Yeah.
It's just an unwritten rule. It's an expectation, if you will.
And I listened back to FaZe's comms during that moment, and they posted it on X, and it was just, Simp knew exactly what he was doing. He's getting ready to play it, and I can't remember who said it. It might have been Draza. He comes back in and he's going to play the crowd, because his teammates were saying, chase him, do something. And Draza's like, no, he's going to play the crowd. And you see Simp immediately go and pick up that bomb to start defusing. And it's just, man, a tough play. I wish, obviously, looking back, you can say, hey, you could have done this, you could have done that.
This is happening so fast, Bobby.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. And just so we're on the same page here, I believe, and I don't know all these players, but it was Abuza. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Abuza. Unfortunate, but this is the game within the game, and it's fascinating for some of us on the outside, but it's got to be crushing if you're OpTic right now. Got to be.
Yeah. I couldn't even imagine the emotions that they have going through their head.
You mentioned the three-peat that wasn't. They were on the brink of an unprecedented era-defining run. Was that could that have been the first ever three-peat?
Yes, that would have been the first ever Champs three-peat.
The first one.
Yeah.
So even OpTic in Scump's heyday didn't accomplish anything like this.
No, when you had golly, I'm blanking.
Be patient with us, guys. It's 10:30. Well, while you're thinking about that, I do want to credit @BrianStats1 on X. Do you follow this account?
No.
This guy specifically does CDL stats, and I
might follow him.
Seen this account from over the weekend for the very first time, and I'm surprised that no one else has done this. I'm sure there are other accounts who do a similar variation of what he does, but he puts it in such a straightforward fashion for a lot of us casuals just to understand what's at stake. Very, very cool follow, if I may. But he was talking about OpTic. And I feel bad because OpTic lost this. They came up on the losing end of this, and we're talking more about OpTic than FaZe. And kudos and congrats to FaZe that they earn every bit of respect that was earned there. But
they
like you said,
for sure.
There was so much here in terms of history that could have been made that ultimately wasn't made. And OpTic was so close. I do want to talk about that. OpTic advanced to their 7th consecutive grand final. They reached their 3rd straight CoD Champs grand final, as we talked about. They became the only team in CDL history to make every single grand final in a single season. So on paper, this very well could have been the greatest CDL season ever.
Absolutely.
But in sports terms, this is like you know me, I'm a hoops guy. This is like the 2015-2016 Warriors. They had on paper, the greatest NBA season ever, the most wins ever. But they lost the big dance. They lost the big one at the very end. And that's all that matters. So it's not the 2015-2016 Warriors that's remembered. It's the 2015-2016 Cavs. I mean, they're still regarded as one of the greatest teams of all time, but one of, not the greatest. They would have been the greatest if they would have brought home the title. And just like the Warriors, OpTic came up short. And that's the most painful part of all this.
Yeah. Like you said, the history that would have been, written.
Yeah.
With this one, it would have been crazy to be the only team to make grand finals in every single major of the season is insane.
Yeah.
Now I have my own quarrels with the format that a lot of the pros and a lot of the casters and a lot of the people that do watch parties also have. I think the whole you play best of 5 the whole tournament, and then your last match is a best of 7. It just seems like you're drawing it out too much. I think that it needs to that grand final needs to be a best of 5, in my opinion. Some people look at it differently. They want to draw it out. They want to get as much hype around it as they can. I think it's too much.
Okay, Bobby, I got to stop you there because I'm looking at some of the other milestones. Shotzi was 1 win away from a 4th world championship.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, okay, how far behind is Shotzi to Scump now? So I'm trying to compare the two. So I'm looking up Scump. Scump's only got 1. What? How? How does he only have 1 title?
Only 1 champs title.
1 champs, yeah. And
he's also got
10 years ago.
X Games gold medal. He's got multiple major wins.
He is considered the king of competitive Call of Duty with over 30 major event championships to his name. I'm just reading this from Gemini. 2017 was the only year he secured the game's Ultimate World title. Bobby, we might have to have a discussion.
I think Scump is the greatest Call of Duty player to ever play, but now look up Crimsix. Crimsix
has 3.
6 championships. Crimsix has the most wins out of any Call of Duty player ever.
He's got 3 Call of Duty World Championships.
Crimsix?
Yes, but that's during his career.
Major wins, sorry.
Major wins.
Yeah, he's got 3 rings, but major wins. It's the most out of any Call of Duty player.
Yeah, I mean, it says 38 professional tournament victories. I know that's not what you're referring to here. Yeah, Bobby, we might have to have a discussion. That is surprising for Scump. I don't think it's undeniable. I think, the fact that you don't have X number of Call of Duty World Championships, it's not everything, but it's certainly something. But I don't think we should just gloss over the fact that he's only got 1 World Championship. I mean, you have Shotzi, who's got 3 of them already.
Yeah.
How old is he? He's not all that old. He's still going to be.
No, I think Shotzi's 25, maybe.
25. You got it. Anyways, just what an incredible run, and we should give them all the credit. But as I mentioned at the top, we should give FaZe all the credit because they're the champs.
I mean, FaZe worked hard. They outplayed OpTic. I mean,
they got it done.
There is one other thing that really grinds my gears about the CDL scene: those glitch spots. Golly, yeah. I cannot stand them. I understand if they're in the game, use them. But holy cow, let's get those out of league play.
Champs. Yeah.
Like, it is ridiculous. I don't care if it's OpTic using them. I don't care if it's Gentlemates. I don't care if it's FaZe, Thieves.
You don't care if it's your team or the opponent. You just want it out wholesale.
I think they should be GA'd 100%. I just don't understand it.
But CDL, I don't think they care because they're not they haven't done anything about it.
No, I mean, there's been a couple that they've taken out. I don't know. I just don't like it. I guess I don't really see it as like cheating, but at the same time I do.
Slow hanging fruit.
Yeah, it's just my own visual preference doesn't like to see.
Right.
So
I completely agree with you on that. You want to see these competitors who are at the very best in the world at their craft. You want them to use their skill. And the fact that they can take advantage of a glitch, it just kind of shortchanges the competition. But hopefully CDL comes to their senses here and then they do away with this, because seems to me like a very, very easy fix. The crowd, it's fixable, but it's not as fixable as what you would see here with, some of the glitches.
Yeah. As far as the glitches go, I mean, there's something you can say, like players are putting time in the game to find these spots.
Yeah, they know.
I mean, they're grinding. Good for them. Yeah. They're learning the maps. I don't want to see that in a Call of Duty major or in champs. I mean, obviously, maybe, online matches throughout the season. Okay, sure. But at the same time, like I said, majors and champs, keep them out. The crowd, I don't think we're ever going to get away from it. I mean, like I said, unless orgs that are hosting or arenas that are hosting these events actually go out and say, hey, we got to keep it down. I don't think it's going to change.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I think we pretty much skinned the cat there when it comes to CDL Champs. I do want to go back to what we had talked about on the last episode that we had you on, and we were discussing the ports for Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 coming to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. We finally got some numbers coming back in. So those numbers, Black Ops 2, 5.25 million players, followed up by Black Ops 1, just a hair shy of 2 mil.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
Like I said in the last one, these ports have a chance to have more concurrent players than IW4. I'm going to play IW4. I'll probably play it a lot, considering all I'm hearing is it's a lot like Modern Warfare 2019.
Yeah.
I'm going to play it a lot. Just because, I mean, Modern Warfare 2019 was probably my favorite Call of Duty to come out in the last 10 years.
Yeah, it's up there.
Those ports are good. I was just playing them before we started this.
You bought them?
I bought Black Ops 2. Yeah.
You spent the cash.
It was on sale.
Ooh. It was on sale already?
Yeah, because for PlayStation Plus members, they put them on sale right away. So I got the game for $20 and the DLC pack for $10. So $30. Yeah.
That's a deal. That's a steal. Okay. Shouldn't be missed here that Fortnite's still pulling in 16 mil.
Yeah, I mean, Fortnite came out swinging in, 2018 or whatever it was, 2017.
Yeah.
And they haven't stopped. Haven't stopped.
Yeah, it's got a lot of staying power. So what's more impressive, that Black Ops 2 port for PlayStation 4 and 5 has a little over 5 mil, given that it's almost 15 years old now, or the fact that Fortnite is still pulling in well over 15 million players after 10 years? It's kind of close, right? I mean, they're both equally impressive.
I would venture to say that Black Ops 2 is more impressive. Game that has been, player-wise, completely irrelevant since 2014, I would say. So from I'd say, it came out in 2012. Yeah. People probably played it for a couple years. But I mean, I think for it to be virtually irrelevant from 2014 to now, for it to have this resurgence of 5.25 million players in a week I guess it's been a month, hasn't it?
It's a little less than a month, I think, now, because I think it was beginning of July, because we had recorded at the beginning of July.
Yeah, July 9th is when they dropped it, yeah.
That sounds about right, yeah.
2 weeks.
And, Bobby, this is just PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. It's not just Xbox.
PlayStation, yeah.
It's not PC. That's a big number.
I think that if they are going to continue to do ports like this, then I think that if they port with new servers to Xbox, I don't think that they should port to PC. So what I'm basing that off of is if they're going to port to Xbox, I think PlayStation and Xbox should have cross-play compatibility. 100%. You start getting PC in the mix, you start getting a lot of cheaters. So I will say that cheaters on PC are running rampant in Call of Duty.
Yeah, we've talked about that, and it's something that Call of Duty is really struggling with. It's well documented, not a whole lot of answers, but hopefully they'll have answers for us here soon. Okay, another thing that we had mentioned was Modern Warfare 4 was going to have a multiplayer reveal at Fanatics Fest. And before we get into that, did you ever see the movie Obsession? Have we talked about it yet?
I have not seen it. I actually I was talking to my wife and in-laws today at dinner. That's one movie that I want to watch. I just haven't got a chance to do it yet. And, Raven doesn't like scary movies, so I'd be watching it alone.
Yeah, this one, I haven't watched it, but it's definitely horror. But from what I've seen, because it's been the talk of the town for the last 2 months, and it's doing incredible numbers. I think it cost a little less than $1 million to make, which is unheard of now. It was almost more of like an indie film, but it was under Universal. And I think the director, I'm blanking on the name, but this was like his first big title.
Yeah,
and
it's
the amount
Curry
of money.
Barker.
Yes, the amount of money that it's pulling in right now, insane. And then you even had Chris Nolan, who everyone is clamoring for him to make a horror movie. And he said it earlier this week in an interview that he wants to do it, but he just hasn't really found the right concept. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to bleep this out when we're post-editing the pod. But he said, now that movie Obsession, that movie works like a mother. Yeah. And that was Chris Nolan of all people.
Yeah.
He said that. Incredible.
So I watch a lot of the skits that Curry Barker makes with his buddy. I can't remember his name, but they have a skit channel called That's a Bad Idea. And that's actually kind of what this movie derived from, was one of their skits. And it's just for them to go from making skits to directing this under $1 million budget movie, and then to have to receive the praise that they've been getting is just, it's awesome to see.
Do you want to know how much money it's made?
I would probably say at least 150 million.
Higher.
Really?
Yeah. Go a little higher.
200?
Go a little bit higher.
300 million.
Oh, a little bit higher.
Wow.
$440 million and counting. Yeah.
Man, that's incredible.
Yeah.
What's the Odyssey's opening weekend?
It was Odyssey's opening weekend. I mean, it was about 260, but you're talking about a movie and that was globally, but it's already surpassed 300 mil. But in terms of the cost, Odyssey, it's night and day. I mean, there's so many more resources dedicated. The fact that, is it Barker?
Curry Barker, yeah.
Curry Barker and his team, what they were able to pull off with this one, the amount of money. He's going to be getting so many calls from all these studios. He's going to be able to do what he wants. And he's young, too, from what I've seen.
Yeah, I'd say maybe late 20s, early 30s, maybe.
26. And he's got his next movie, I believe it has Aaron Paul in it, if I'm not mistaken. Anything But Ghost, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot. Now we're getting way off track here. I apologize.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll get back. But it's phenomenal. And I don't even know where, this is where I was going with it. So the leading actress.
Yes.
I can't say her name. You guys know me well enough by this point. I'm going to butcher any name you throw at me. Indy Navarrete. She was at Fanatics Fest, and someone in the crowd had gifted her a rare copy of the original, the OG Modern Warfare 2.
I did see that. I didn't watch the video. I did not watch the clip, but I saw in a headline that somebody had done that.
Her eyes got so big, it was almost as if somebody had just awarded her a Ferrari. It was
a Ferrari.
See, I can't talk. You know what? You're going to come on the pod one of these days, and it's just going to be an AI agent who's going to talk for me.
Perfect. Don't do that ever. I didn't get to see the clip, but I mean, that's awesome. Someone that you would never think would be excited about Call of Duty being excited about Call of Duty.
From what I had seen from the clip, and I remember watching a clip, and I remember she had mentioned, is that the 2009 version? And I commented on X. I said, I don't like how she said 2009. She didn't have to say it like that.
But she knows ball.
She knows ball, but
She knows ball.
2009 wasn't that long ago, was it?
I mean,
it's getting there.
Sadly, it was.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Black Ops Ports versus IW4. Okay.
Jeez. Okay.
I'm sorry, MW4.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
So, do you think that Infinity Ward is looking at Treyarch? Like, why in the heck would you drop these ports 2 months away from us releasing this game? Do you think that, A, they're mad about it because it's going to take hype away from Modern Warfare 4? Or do you think, B, they're happy about it because they think it's going to generate interest in Call of Duty in general and make people want to play the new one?
That's a good question. And I think they tend to be more so the latter, in that you are bringing some individuals who were maybe out of the mix back into the fold by the nostalgia bait, if you will.
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe it will rekindle their love for the franchise, and they might look into Modern Warfare 4. That's a very real possibility in my mind. But what do you think?
Like I said in the last one, I'm a Call of Duty optimist, so I hope that it ignites that passion that people had for Call of Duty and brings them back into wanting to play new Call of Duties. Now, with that question aside, do you think that they released these ports as a feeler to see how many people exactly would be interested in them making a remaster for OG Call of Duties?
Mm-hmm.
Because what if we get the port this year, and then next year, maybe going into the beginning of 2 years from now, they drop us a, air quotes, Master Chief version of OG Call of Duty for, $150, $200 or whatever. Something crazy.
Would you buy that if it had all the OG titles? Would you pay that price? Because I'm on the fence. It's not a definite no. I'm considering it.
I'm going to have to plead the fifth on this one.
So are you thinking all the Black Ops titles?
I'm thinking like
Black Ops Collection,
World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, like...
You're including all of them?
All of them. The only thing that would be left out would be Modern Warfare 4. Because Modern Warfare 4 has already been... Or Call of Duty 4, I'm sorry, Modern Warfare.
Call of Duty 4.
Has already been remastered. Yeah. I mean, they could throw it in there, I guess.
You could throw it in there, yeah.
But, I mean, it was remastered.
So what you're saying, Bobby, is this may be Activision's way of testing the waters, just to see what kind of numbers they can do with this before they start investing real resources into developing this title. Yeah.
That's my thought. That's what I've been thinking about this whole thing.
Yeah.
I think that they're dropping these to test the waters and see, like you said, see what the interest is. Between the two ports, you're looking at 7.2 million players. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. We've mentioned T-Dog. This whole concept of the Master Chief Collection, I first heard it from T-Dog, but I tend to agree with him where I think it's just a matter of Call of Duty just being down bad.
Absolutely.
And they had to do something. They needed a shot in the arm, and this was it. This is what they had in their back pocket. And so they decided to pull out that ace. They knew it was going to do numbers. And I think we all know it's going to do numbers.
Yeah. I mean, there's rumors that Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 already have remasters. Multiplayer remaster, sorry. Modern Warfare 2 already has its campaign remaster. Don't get me started on that whole thing, because how dare you? How dare you release the greatest Call of Duty ever remastered and only give us a campaign? The blatant disrespect that Activision and Call of Duty had to do that.
You do got to go back in time, because that came out, when was that? That was 2020. That was at the height of the pandemic, and this was on the heels of Modern Warfare 2019, and this was right around the time, I'm not sure if it was shortly before or shortly thereafter, but that's when we had the introduction of Warzone. So there was a lot of irons in the fire, and it was just odd that they released the campaign, because if you're going to do a remaster, like you said, let's go ahead and remaster both campaign and multiplayer. But if you have all these other irons in the fire, like Warzone, like Modern Warfare 2019, we've talked about it before. You and your friends group, I mean, you guys were still neck deep in Modern Warfare 2019. And that was only just 2020, but in the subsequent years after that.
Yeah.
Why release anything? Don't release it. Hold on to it.
Yeah. I have that friend group. We played Modern Warfare 2019 for 3 years.
Yeah. All my friends left me.
Hey, I'm here. Warzone was a whole nother animal. I mean, when Warzone dropped, it was a game changer.
Game changer. So, yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's like when Fortnite dropped. Game changer.
Yeah. I'm curious. We'll have to compare the numbers. Fortnite, obviously a much, much bigger splash, but Warzone, they did some numbers. And I'm curious where that stacked up.
Well, you move on to the next, and I'll look those numbers up.
Okay. Well, speaking of what's next, that's Call of Duty next. And that's coming up here in less than a month now. August 21st, we'll have the Modern Warfare Early Access Beta, which kicks off right after the next event. The pre-orders for Nintendo Switch 2 is the 26th. And then you have the Open Beta, the 28th of August through September 1st for all players. And then going into the release month of October 16th, you have Campaign Early Access goes live, and the official release date, October 23rd. So we finally got some dates that were just released here recently. So now we have a little bit of a timetable, and this is not really too far from what we could have expected. This is what we've come to know within the last few years, but it's good that we finally have some dates.
Yeah.
One thing I did want to say here about next is that it's not going to be a massive LAN setup as we've seen in years prior. Now it's remote.
Yep, strictly remote. I think that the last year's COD Next was a major crap show. You got memes like crazy. Mr. Dalek JD was told multiple times that he couldn't play a zombies thing when he was there for zombies. And they just kept wanting to play Warzone, not only just Warzone, but a map that was already out. They just kept wanting them to play Verdansk, which is the first Warzone map that came out in 2019. It made no sense at all. It was a complete crap show of an event. I think that they decided to do it remote because no creators were going to go this year because of last year.
Really?
That's what I think.
So there was going to be a little bit of a boycott.
I would. You had multiplayer and zombies creators that some of them flew completely across the country to go to this early play test, and didn't even get to play the thing that makes their channel, makes their streams. Seemed like a big waste of time for a lot of people.
Okay, you did mention that one incident. I was thinking that was 2 years ago, but it was in fact last year.
Mm-hmm.
And that was wild.
Yep, you had a streamer that literally fell asleep on stream while playing the game.
I'm sure there were some other factors going on there.
Could have been maybe some jet lag or something, but
yeah,
come on.
Like too much of a good time the night before.
You're playing the new Call of Duty. Like that used to mean something.
That clip though, with, the staffer nudging him off the game. That was so cringy.
Oh, he just kept saying that. We need you. We need you on Verdansk. We need you. Shut up, dude.
It's really like me getting in my kids' ears when they're watching Paw Patrol. Hey, it's time for lunch. We need you in the kitchen.
We need you in the dining room.
It really is so bad. So very bad. But okay, so they're doing it. This is, as they're billing it, this is the teaser quote. Next goes global, bringing together our biggest ever lineup of players live from gaming setups around the world. This is going to be really tough to pull off. I think they did a variation of this during COVID, I'm sure, but it seems like there's a lot of logistics to figure out. But we're just in a day and age where everyone has got their own streaming setup and so forth. So I imagine it's easier, but I would just think this would be a logistical nightmare.
I'm excited to see how it goes. And then on top of that, you have the dates here. Immediately after the COD Next stream ends, the beta goes live.
Yeah.
I think that that's going to be pretty cool. Being able to jump right in after watching everyone play it, you get your turn. I think that's
early
super
access,
cool.
Of course.
Yeah. I think that's cool.
Open beta is a few days later. I don't think I'm pre-ordering this one, Bobby. Are you? Are you pre-ordering? I'm assuming you're pre-ordering.
I'll be honest with you. I don't actually pre-order Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7 were Game Pass day one, so I was able to get those on PC. But all the games before that, I would just go to GameStop, put $5 on a pre-order. So I got the receipt with the beta code, went home, downloaded the beta, played the beta, and then went in and canceled the pre-order and got my money back. And then I would decide whether or not I was buying the game when the game actually came out, of course.
Hey, it's game in the system. You know,
I had to.
Activision, you got to come up with a better system. Modern Warfare 4 will not be available on Xbox Game Pass on day one. That hurt my soul.
Yep. It's
we knew about this. This isn't new, but still hurts.
Yeah. When you drop a Call of Duty title with the worst possible campaign in history and multiplayer that's riddled with cheaters, everyone's going to stop playing. You're not going to make any money. So
when the new Xbox CEO, and don't even ask me to say her name, Asha? Is it Asha?
Yeah, I think it's Asha, yeah.
I preferred Phil, and not just because of his credentials or his resume, but just because his name's easier to say. One of the first things that she carried out was lowering the price of Game Pass. So she did that. Then all of a sudden we get the news, Call of Duty titles, you're not going to be able to do that day one. It's the equivalent of Stranger Things, lowering their monthly subscription cost, but saying, oh yeah, you can't, Stranger Things, yeah, you're going to have to wait 6 months to stream it. It's like, wait, what?
Everyone else can play it early, but you got to wait until the game's life cycle is halfway over before you can play it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was strange. Just doesn't justify.
Also on Call of Duty's end and Activision's end, I think they lost out on a lot of sales.
They did.
Because of that.
And that's been a big point of contention. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to pre-order it just because of what I've experienced in years prior, especially with Black Ops 6, Black Ops 7. And it's not necessarily the titles themselves. It's just there's so many kinks. We just seen it with the Fanatics Fest, with the Flash. What was up with that? I'm sure you've seen that.
No, I didn't see it.
One of the streamers, it went viral, the one clip where I think it was a gunfight, and he starts shooting, but there was some kind of visual effects bug caused by a suppressor attachment.
I did see that.
That blinded players during early alpha testing. I sit back and I cross my arms and I'm thinking, I don't think these guys play their own game. If it's a bug, that's one thing, right? But if this is a gameplay issue, that's a whole different point of conversation. It makes me wonder how, I know there's so much playtesting. I know there's that for a fact, but I wonder sometimes when stuff like this happens, that was very evident very quickly. Strange.
Yeah.
Very, very strange.
For sure.
And I don't know all the intricacies of game development, obviously, but that just seems like something that should have been cleaned up very early on.
I guess that's why they do these play tests.
Yeah.
So they can iron out these things, but these developers are playing this game nonstop.
You would think.
For you to not try out every single attachment and see what's happening on each attachment seems a little bit lazy. But also, I'm not a game developer, so I don't know.
Yep, me neither. And things happen, right?
It takes one letter, one number to get entered in wrong on a code, and everything's messed up.
Yeah.
I think it was T-Dog might have said in one of his videos that he recently posted that he actually talked to some of the developers, and he told them, like, hey, the game can be great, but if the game is riddled with cheaters, no one's going to want to play it anymore. You can have the best gunplay possible, which I think Modern Warfare 2019 had the best gunplay possible. Infinity Ward, their gunplay is great, but you can have the best game possible, best gunplay, best maps, everything. No one's going to play if they're in a lobby with 15 cheaters. Between cheaters and unbalanced weapons / attachments, they got a lot of work to do before the game drops, obviously. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I'll be your tester. I'll buy it day one and let you know if you should get it.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah. That's all I needed to see. And I'm thinking, you know what? I'll do the open beta. I'll wait a few days. We'll go from there.
Yeah, for sure. I'll probably just do the open beta. I'm not going to do the early access. I'll just wait until that second weekend.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I like that they're doing campaign early access.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome, especially on, Modern Warfare titles. Campaign's always pretty good for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a fun little thing to do week before the game comes out.
And you would have to pre-order it for that. Did they have that for the last two Black Ops titles? I know they did.
I don't think so.
For Black Ops 7. I know that. Okay, so neither Black Ops 6 or Black Ops 7 featured in early access for their full campaign. So the last time we had this was Modern Warfare 3.
Yes. Yep.
Which was rough because I pre-ordered it, I played the campaign, and that's my first taste of the game. So I'm thinking, okay, I just played that slop. Now I'm going to get into multiplayer. It's not an ideal experience.
No.
Before we go, there was some news that I seen right before we jumped on. There's been a lot of talk of a Call of Duty movie that's actually happening.
There is an actual Call of Duty movie in the works. Yes.
The news that I had seen was actor Alan Richardson. You know that name?
That's Reacher. Alan Richardson.
Reacher. Yep.
Yeah.
Reacher himself would be interested in a potential Call of Duty zombie movie, citing if it was the right script. Yeah, so that was news today. That's cool. And I bring that up because we had our episode from when we were in the mountains there in Pigeon Forge, and we were talking about the news of the Call of Duty movie being greenlit. And I had asked Meg and Abe, for that matter, asked them, who do you want to see in a potential Call of Duty cast? And then they said whoever. And I had mentioned Alan Richardson. I think he would be fantastic in that role. I mean, that seems like first choice. Let's lock it in.
Depends on what they're going to base the movie off of. I think that are they going to keep it to a storyline, or are they going to do their own thing? Obviously, if they're going to keep it to a storyline, who is Alan Richardson going to play in the Modern Warfare storyline? He's not going to be Soap. He's not going to be Ghost. Yeah. He's not going to be Price. It doesn't work on that aspect.
It seemed like he was interested in a zombie movie, which I don't think he's referring to the Modern Warfare movie that's been greenlit. I think he's more interested in a potential offshoot in the future after this.
Which I think would be awesome. Now, as a zombies guy and a zombies fan, I think that if they are going to do a zombies movie, I think that it needs to stick to that OG zombies crew storyline, which I could definitely see Alan Richardson playing like a Tank Dempsey, for sure. I think that a zombies movie could definitely work. And I think that if the Call of Duty movie that's already greenlit to happen does well, they will branch off of that and do more titles.
You do have some big names attached to the Call of Duty movie as of right now. Peter Berg directed Lone Survivor and Friday Night Lights. Taylor Sheridan, who's the writer, creator of Yellowstone. You may have heard of that show. I mean, you got some big names attached to this. So I'm really excited about it. We're still quite a bit of a ways out. I think the release date tentatively is scheduled for summer of 2028. So it's a bit of a ways out. How about this? How about for the zombies movie? Let's bring in Barker. I'm sure he's played some Call of Duty. Yeah.
Maybe.
Come on.
Would be cool.
We need someone like that who's very passionate about what he's doing, and it's going to be a fun time. That'd be really neat.
I had a list of potential cast for Captain Price, Hugh Jackman.
Okay.
Soap.
I don't hate it.
Soap would be Henry Cavill. I don't know how I feel about that one. I think that there's better people that you could pick. Let's see. What do we have? Jude Law is Makarov.
Interesting.
And Tom Hardy is Ghost. Quick little pitches there. Now, as far as other people, Michael B. Jordan as Gaz. Josh Hartnett as Graves. Would be cool. There's tons of them in here.
Graves? You know who would be awesome for Graves? It would be, what's his face? He was in that movie with Sydney Sweeney. He was in Twisters. Glenn Powell.
Ooh, Glenn Powell. Yeah, I could see that.
He's got the getup for that. Yeah, interesting. I'm sure they're not going to get a ton of A-listers for this. They may have one or two, but we'll see.
The movie that's greenlit I don't even think they've started production yet.
No, it's very early on, but things are moving. But I can't believe it's been this long that we haven't, of all the video game adaptations, we haven't got a Call of Duty movie.
Yeah.
If you would have told me in, let's say 2016 or even going back further, 12-year-old Chris, that we're not going to get a Call of Duty movie until closer to 2030, I wouldn't have believed you. That just makes all the sense in the world that at some point there would have been a Call of Duty movie, especially if we're getting all these Marvel movies. we're going to start getting these video game movies. But some of those very early video game movies, those adaptations did not do very well. So a lot of these studios put their hands up. They're thinking, you know what? I don't want any part of this.
What I think they should really do is release this Call of Duty title as a standalone film, all new cast, no OG characters. And I think they release an HBO series of each studio. So like you have a Infinity Ward series.
Okay.
1 year. And then the next year you move on to the Treyarch. I think that would be super cool.
Interesting. Okay. Which plans this weekend?
Just because my plans this weekend are nothing.
Nothing. Black Ops 2?
Probably for a little bit.
Yeah.
Not much.
Yeah.
Probably take the kiddos out and do something fun and see where the world takes us.
Yeah. I had to ask because I want to brag. We're going to go see the Odyssey tomorrow.
Are you?
70 millimeter. Not IMAX, but nonetheless, it's 70 millimeter in Columbus. Excited for this one. We were supposed to see it last weekend on opening weekend. Was not able to do it. We had that stomach bug. Now we're healthy, ready to rock and roll. Excited for that one.
Yeah, how's everybody doing?
Everyone's doing great. Much better. Night and day.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Thank you.
Glad to hear it.
Yep. Yeah. So we'll have to let you guys know how that goes. All right, Bobby.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah. Nope. I think we're all good.
Okay. We'll catch you later.
Yes, sir. See you later.